Alrighty, you guys. So happy Monday. Happy President's Day. Today is a day where a lot of people have the day off. So Stacy and I figured it would be a good night to get together before, the hustle and bustle of tomorrow and the rest of the week comes about. So wanted to thank you first and foremost for being here, and to the best co-host in the world, Stacy Shiplet. She's coming down to Florida in a little bit to go to Disney, and sadly I will not be able to see her because I'm so far away. But anyways, luckily I get to hear her voice every single day of my life, and we get to be partners on this journey every single day. And so we are going to bring you information that I feel is going to help you, that we feel is going to help you. I'm going to just touch on a couple of things that I thought were good to share on this live coaching session, and then she's going to go ahead and also, piggyback on what, the information that we agreed we were going to share with you. But we want to absolutely open it up for questions or anything at all, at the end of the call, so that we also make sure that we are attending your questions, concerns, doubts, struggles, whatever you need tweaked. That's what we're here for. So I'm going to get straight to the point. Today, first of all, happy February, right? Because this is the first drive time that we've had this month. This month, I feel like if our schedules have been a little crazy. I kind of am loving, I am loving the whole theme in our group. I'm sure Stacy is too, about love, learning to love the journey, because it is a journey. It's not just, let me get abs, or let me get, let me finish this challenge and then I'm never going to touch my health again. It is a journey. So I am loving the theme of everything that we're talking about in the BOD group. But one of the things that I feel that I am going through right now, and I am curious to learn more about, is hormone health. And so Stacy and I thought it was a good topic to bring up, because if I am needing that information, we feel like if many other, women need it too, because we're all kind of similar in age, right? So I want to share my screen really quickly, and I want to just tap on quickly on a little bit of hormone health. And if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask. But I think this is necessary to talk about, because many of us are going into this age where hormones does affect the way, not only our results that we're looking to achieve, but how we feel. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and thumbs up if you can see this. Everybody can see this?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, cool. So hormones, I do know, and this is what I put together. They play a very big role in our health, a lot more than what we think, right? Because it regulates blood sugar, blood pressure, reproductive health, metabolism, sleep, all the things, right? Our moods, everything. So I wanted to touch on the 5 hormones that we're curious to learn more about, because they do affect, like I said, pretty much everything, starting with our mood. And that's a big one, because I remember that I got into this journey 7 years ago because of my mood, right? I was moody, I was irritated, I was taking it out on the ones I love the most. So let's talk a little bit about cortisol. I've learned a lot about cortisol from Angie, who is a functional nutritionist practitioner that I've worked with before. And she talks about how cortisol is the main function that responds to stress. The bad thing about cortisol, ladies, that I want you to really understand, is that when you are super stressed, the inflammation that it creates in our body, it really focuses in our core area. And I know that that is a big, big bothersome area for many women, including myself. I know that, when I am super stressed, I see it in my body. I see the inflammation, and I see it mostly right in my core area. So I wanted to give you a couple of ways to keep it super healthy and be mindful of what it does. Stress does affect our body. So you want to get, number one, good sleep, because sleep is vital to not only our health and the way we feel, it affects our cravings. Believe it or not, that's a big one. I know when I'm craving junk, that's on me. It correlates directly with my sleep, right? And the other thing too is not only does it affect our stress and our sleep, but like I said, the inflammation, right? So how do we keep it under control? The sleep, the exercising, and managing what it is that we are stressed about. If we do not have our stress, management under control, we're going to continue to see the inflammation around our core area. And I know that that's like somewhat of a resistance to what we want to achieve when it comes to, the way we want to maybe look at ourselves in the mirror. Because yes, it's not all physical, but we are visual beings. I mean, we can't just throw that out on the side because we are visual beings. So we really need to understand that cortisol is the biggest problem when it comes to the hormone department, okay? And I am going to throw in a shameless plug. I know that I am drinking First Thing from Beachbody every single morning. And yes, it is on the, I'm not going to say it's pricey because the value is there. Is it an investment? Abso-freaking-lutely. Am I going to be dead honest that it doesn't taste great? Abso-freaking-lutely. But let me tell you something. Ever since I started drinking First Thing in July, I have seen a difference in how often I get sick. I've seen a difference in my clarity, my brain clarity. My brain fog has like diminished, and my focus. So if you are interested in learning more about First Thing, talk to your coach because, Stacy and I are here to help you girls out, but definitely look into that, because if that is something that you really struggle with, I always like to teach how Beachbody, who is now Body, comes up with solutions to the common problems because of this. They hear us. We have a voice and they respond to what it is that we tell them. Hey, this is what, clients are complaining about. What are we going to do about it? So I love that they always come up with a solution to a problem, a common problem. Okay, the second one is melatonin. And the main function is the sleep hormone to regulate healthy sleep. The ways to keep healthy for sure has everything to do with environment. Reduce the lights, avoid blue lights at least an hour, or at least that's what they say is going to help. And then keep your room totally dark. A lot of it is environmental if you think about, these three things. Once again, Body attacked this common problem. So many women were complaining about, well, I'm going through PMS or premenopause and I can't sleep. They came up with a solution. It's called Last Thing. So we have First Thing that I talked about that helps with cortisol. We have Last Thing that helps with sleep and the melatonin hormone. So again, if you feel like, my gosh, I don't know what to do, I have this problem and I don't know, I don't know what the solution is, we are giving it to you today. And again, you can research other things. I just happen to love how Body, when they, come up with a product, they back it up with science, and the doctors that create it and the nutrition experts train us on why they created the product and all that it has. And I sat in a live training, live in Summit back in July in our annual conference, and I heard the doctors talk about what's in these products, and I'm a big believer in that. They created a phenomenal product for us. All right, let's move on to insulin. Insulin is released by the pancreas to help release glucose into our cells to be used for energy. Okay, so insulin has a lot to do with sugar. Ways to keep healthy. We'll get your blood levels checked for sure. I know Stacy's always reminding her audience on social media, get your mammogram, get your, doctor's visit going on. She reminds everyone, go to the dentist. Stacy is a huge advocate to self-care, and I love it because she's a hair salon dresser, but she's so aligned and in tune with her inner body, her teeth, her mammogram, her body, like just all the things, going to the gynecologist. Stacy's constantly reminding us the importance, and I love that. she serves as that reminder to myself, like, I gotta take the time, Susie, you are worth it, right? So think about that. Insulin also, the insulin hormone has to do with maintaining a healthy weight. If you maintain a healthy weight, it does help with that insulin hormone and your cravings and your moods, because your insulin has so much to do with your sustained energy throughout the day. And the last one is definitely eat more whole foods, especially high in fiber. Once again, I'm going to share two things when it comes to this for solution. Number one, Shakeology, because we all know that Shakeology has over 70 vitamins, minerals, botanicals, adaptogens, I mean, so many things, you guys, fruits, veggies, superfoods that are looked upon all over the world to bring us the best. So number one, Shakeology is excellent for us when it comes to the glucose issue in this world. And the second thing I am going to share is we have a product called Power Greens. And Power Greens is dense greens. It's dense veggies. And I have become like queen of taking a shot every day of my greens, because when I don't have time to eat a million veggies, I just take a shot and I'm good. And honestly, to me, it tastes like veggie broth. You know how when you used to, us Hispanics, at least us, I know that the Latin world, we do a lot of like veggie broths or veggie purees for our kids when they're growing up. To me, that's what it tastes like. So I just literally, swirl it in with like maybe 2 ounces of water. I take a shot and it doesn't even taste bad. And I love that is full of fiber. So check out our Power Greens if you're needing that boost. It is a consumable, and I love that we provide these supplements to solve a problem. It does help with cravings as well because it is rich in fiber. All right. Last two, estrogen. It regulates growth, development, and physiology of the reproductive system. Ways to keep healthy is to manage your stress levels, limit your alcohol and processed sugar intake, and eat more fiber and healthy fats and whole foods. To me, this just screams eating healthy. It literally, this is what estrogen to me screams. If we are concentrating on eating healthy, which we do have 2 nutrition programs with Body, we have Portion Fix, which is based on macronutrient balanced meals, and we have To Be Mindset, which is intuitive eating. Okay. If you are following any of those programs, you're going to be really good on the estrogen hormone. And then the last one is testosterone, which regulates sexual development, muscle mass, and red blood cell production. Ways to keep healthy is weight training. We all know that we need our weights, ladies, at our age, especially, we need our weights. Raise your vitamin D levels. Again, I'm going to praise Stacy every single day. That girl's out there walking 1 mile. She's good on her vitamin D. She's making sure that her circadian rhythm is on point with her vitamin D, which has so much to do with her sleep. And then avoid using toxic products that disrupt hormones. For me, this is just the hormone that screams healthy living. If we are weight training, if we are connecting with nature and getting vitamin D, and we are just really honing in on clean energy and whole foods and all the things, it really just sums up what our healthy living is all about. I will say that our Energize vegan supplement is clean energy. So if you're needing a natural boost for energy, or you want to maximize your performance when you're working out, Energize is the way to go. And that is definitely another supplement that Body came up with as a solution to these common problems. So that is our little hormone 101 class that I thought would be very helpful, because I am loving learning about each of these. And if you ladies want, I'll drop in the PDF so you could print it out as a little gift from us to you, so that you have it and you can remind yourself, oh yeah, did I get my walk in? Because it reminds you what is it that you can be doing so that you can have a healthy and happy hormone a routine or a practice, right? And then the second thing I wanted to talk about before I hand it over to Stacy is intermittent fasting. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, intermittent fasting, is because a lot of us are, or I'm hearing that our age, the bloating is an issue. And I know that for me, Gut Protocol was definitely the program that really took my bloating away. But I also have to admit that I did see a huge difference in intermittent fasting. So I just want to share, that if that is something that you want to learn more about, so that we don't take a lot of time in today's call, feel free to reach out to me. Intermittent fasting, basically what it does is it allows your digestive system to rest during periods of time so that your body is using all the stored energy, so that you're not constantly feeding your body. And so when it doesn't take that rest, it could cause bloating issues. And so that was another thing that I really wanted to talk about today, because again, at our age, I think it's hyper focused. The bloating, the inflammation, those are common complaints that I'm hearing from my clients. And so, I wanted to just remind you girls that if that is something that you want to learn more about, let me know. I love the whole 16 8-hour window where you eat during the 8-hour window, and then for 16 hours, you give your body that rest. But a lot of it, you're sleeping. So it's not like if you're going to be starving. Now, you could always start with a 12-12, eat for 12 hours and rest for 12. But where you're going to see the significant change is in the 16-8. There's so many other options. I'm not telling you that this is the way that you have to go. I'm just educating you on what I've learned. I read the book called Fast This Way.
Susie, what is the times that what are your eating windows?
I usually do 12 to 8 because I do late dinner because my husband gets home so late from work. And we
12 to
have this
8.
thing that we love to eat dinner together. So I do 12
Yeah.
to 8. If I
Okay.
know he's going to be home a little bit earlier, sometimes I'll do 11 to 7. So this is the book that I read, Fast This Way. The author is Dave Asprey. He's the one that created Bulletproof Coffee. And Bulletproof Coffee is a hack that helps you not be hungry in the morning so that you can do your intermittent fasting. Okay, so if you want to learn more, he has a 14-day fasting challenge that is absolutely free. And he teaches you how to learn how to, he teaches you how to fast. So it's a learning process, but I love that he teaches you different ways in those 14 days. And you learn so much about your body. And to me, I was very scared of fasting because I was always that girl that was scared of being hungry. But with him, it was phenomenal. So again, Fast This Way, Dave Asprey, he has a website. He has a group in Facebook that people do the fasting challenges together. He has a bunch of supplements, including the Bulletproof Coffee. So lots to learn from him. And again, these are all things that we can kind of venture into so that we can evolve. And as we go through different seasons in our life, sometimes we want to try different things to see what works better for us or not. Because I know that, we all go through things, and then sometimes we're like, okay, I got to change things up. So with that being said, I want to pass it over to Stacy, and then we'll open it up for questions. So Stace, take it away, babe. I don't know if you have any questions on what I shared, but if not, take it away.
So I definitely want to piggyback on the whole, 40s and up, or if you haven't hit the 40 club yet and you're about to get there, this is the stuff that's kind of happening. So I will personally say that I'll be 44 in the fall, and probably in the last 2 years, I've noticed changes. And mainly, honestly, bloatation has been number one. Trying to learn new ways. The intermittent fasting has a definite register in me. I haven't done it yet, but it's something that I definitely want to lean into. A lot of my clients that come in and sit and get their hair done, one of the biggest things, the ones that are the most health conscious, will in their 50s, they will say, get your shit together now, because it's a lot harder in the next decade. Stop messing around, stop playing the game, stop playing small, and cut it out and get and find your thing that works. Because when those hot flashes start to come and the other things start to come, you don't want to add this to your plate. You want it to already be on the plate. And that really got me thinking. This was actually said last week, you guys. This is very fresh. And I admire my older clients for talking, because you can learn a lot. No matter where you are, somebody is older than you. Somebody is older than you, and you see what they're doing, and maybe you see what's not working, and you see what is working. And we have an opportunity to learn from those people and figure out what it is that's calling to you. One thing that has been calling to me has been massages. I don't know if you guys have heard of lymphatic massages, but they are incredibly so great for your body. So this is another little sprinkle on top of the Beachbody products that we just mentioned, on top of the hormones that Susie mentioned. Wellness has lots of colors and lots of menu items. So I have just started to add this lymphatic massage into my life. I'm going to get it once a month, and it is a focused massage on your lymph node areas. We carry a lot of water weight, ladies, a lot of water weight. That's where our bloatation comes from. And so they really focus on all your lymph node areas, and especially down this gut area. I will tell you, the before and after picture of my bloatation in my stomach yesterday was astonishing. It was astonishing what she worked and moved through. And it got me thinking too about what we do in here. Like everything we do is a massage into a healthier version of us. We are pushing away the bad things that don't serve us. We're pushing away the things that are creating pain in our life, physically, mentally, emotionally. And it's very much, we are working this massage into our life. So I thought about that as well. So I felt very compelled to share that, on top of what we talked today, that might be something you want to go invest into. And it may not be a lymphatic massage. It might just be, I really have this theory. I'm like, if I have somebody helping me move my body stuff around, then things don't get stuck in there. They don't get clogged. I think that's how tumors can be formed, and all the little things that we don't know about that we know now. So I'm just a real advocate on like keeping things flowing, like putting your feet up against the wall for 20 minutes, or whatever it is, and like really moving your body around. So on top of the programs and all this stuff, you guys, I wanted to just say that today because I loved it. And now it's something that I definitely want to do at least once a month to add on to what we do in here. So look it up, kind of investigate it, or maybe just try reflexology on your feet. Reflexology is very cool. It focuses, each little toe is your stomach, your back. It's really fascinating. And I think some people have actually probably know, I bet Gladys knows exactly what I'm talking about, but it's like, that stuff is really important. It's really powerful. So that's my message tonight. And I hope it helps and serves you. And if you have any questions on it, or if you want to see my experience about it, let me know. I mean, I'm in Maryland, but they do it everywhere. So it's definitely something that can help as we get older, especially with the added weight that's going to come. It's going to come. So we have to figure out ways to, counteract it and bless and release that thing.
Thank you, Stacy. Question for you. So how much more or less do they say that you should? Once a month? Do you know?
Okay, so the girl that does mine, she's like, really, first she was like, not everybody can afford every 3 weeks. And I was like, well, no, not really. And she goes, if you do it once a month and you maintain that consecutiveness, you're going to find results. And it's going to get, I'll tell you one thing that happened in the appointment. She was working here in these lymph node areas where your like milk ducts are for your breasts. Once she was done on my arm, I lifted my arm up way high, real fast. And then she goes, open your other arm, put it up. It was heavier. Wow. It was heavier. And it was really, she goes, isn't that cool? She was like, I'm pushing everything down and around and flattening because it just gets stuck. Mm-hmm. And then she took a before and after of my stomach laying down, and right under my belly button before my C-section scar, where you just kind of have like that pudgy area, it was flat.
Wow.
And I peed a lot afterwards. It was really, I don't know, guys. I'm a big believer that we have to keep things moving around. I think that's when things get stuck and clogged and bad things happen in our bodies. We got to keep it moving.
Yeah, I agree. I remember when I had my kids, actually the pediatrician, my firstborn, when he was constipated, he talked about baby massaging, and that's what gets, their system moving, and that would help with the constipation. So
Yeah.
Listen, if a doctor recommends it, I absolutely am going to be like, okay, something to think about. So thanks for sharing that, Stacey. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, girls. So I put the PDF in the chat. I hope you girls can open it about the hormone. Not sure if you can. If not, I'll drop it in the group. I did, or I want to remind you girls that Stacey and I talked all about hormone health the first week of February. So if you want to go back and learn all the content that we put in there about hormones, go back, because every single day in the morning we would do a post, and the whole first week was all about hormone health. Then the second week was all about leading with our heart. And then this week we're doing Spirit Week. And I also popped in a leg challenge that Stacey and I thought would be fun. So that's what's happening in the group. And I can't believe that March is here next week. That's crazy. But anyways, all right. So I want to open it up. Questions, concerns, anything, unmute, and let's have a conversation. We're here to help you. Estrella, anything you want to share?
I've been bad. I haven't really gotten in my whole rhythm this whole year yet, but little by little, my walks I do every day. So I get on the treadmill and I do 2 miles on the treadmill, and then we do, 20-25 minutes every afternoon outside. And, I started the Shakeology this week. I was telling Stacey that we're going to go do the Disney run, the 5K. So we're going there Thursday to Disney, because the girls, they like doing that. And, just trying to watch what we eat, now more, because during the holidays, it was so hard, and then it's like we had birthdays and we went on a cruise, and that was terrible in January, because it just kept going. But, doing better. And it's true, look, I'm going to be 55 next month. So I know things change, and I know how inflammation, and I have had those lymphatic massages, and they've done really well for me. And it mainly because I have a lot of back problems. So they, I'm like this close to getting surgery is what they told me. I'm like on step 2, and he said, next step, you'd have to have surgery, which I said, no, I'm going to do good and I'm not going to need it. But yeah, we have to take care of ourselves now, because it's going to come. The hot flashes are going to come, sleeping with a fan next to my bed. I have my little fan here next to in my office, So you get the hot, and then I get cold because I have Hashimoto's. So I have a thyroid disorder, and the inflammation is really bad. And one thing I do for my inflammation for my thyroid is, and for my face, I have one of those rolling cold things.
Yeah.
So I roll it a lot here, because I have a lot of inflammation in my throat. And so I roll it everywhere, and it helps when you have a headache. So yeah, you have to keep those lymph, moving everything out, all the lymphatic, from everywhere, because it's everywhere, like you said.
Yes.
So, and I am too a believer of having your mammogram, having your, your teeth done. I go every 3 months to the dentist, but that's because I'm a little, freak about the dentist. But yeah, you need to make sure that you take care of yourself, because the time's gonna come and you don't want to wait. And like you said, when you invest in these products that you said are expensive, but they're an investment in you. So, we spend, I'm sure, a lot of money on creams and moisturizers, to have, so, something you're putting in your body, that's like I tell my friends, a lot of my friends are on board with all the organic and good stuff, because if you pay for it now, you're going to pay for it later. So
That's right.
you got to make sure that.
And
that,
you know what I say too, is I always say, I hear a lot of women, in the hair chair. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm very bold. I'm very bold. I'm going to be honest. I'm very bold. And because I think bold is truthful. And a lot of women will be like, well, I would love to, get this, but it's just expensive. I said, rather than say it's expensive, just say it's not something that's important to you. Because it's not. Because the reality is that if you want something, damn well you're going to find a way. If you want that house and it's like, nope, this is my dream house, don't tell me you're not going to find a way. Right. So I said, we need to eliminate the word expensive, because there's nothing that's expensive. It's what you want and what you don't want. And it is that simple, because I do believe we can afford anything we want. I mean, we can. I mean, within reason, ladies. I'm not talking about like $1 million homes. Maybe you can one day, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
You either really want it and you're going to really do it, or you're really not. And you can't say it's expensive. You just don't want it. It's okay. So I'm very bold with my clients about that. But I love that you said that, Australia, because I just think that's so powerful, and I want to catch you too. You are doing great. You named walks twice a day. You
Yep.
started your Shakeology. So
Yep.
I don't think it was so bad, my friend.
Yeah.
And I think I want to encourage you to eliminate the phrase of that crap, because
Agreed.
It's
it's
just
like
that I
then
was
you're
doing
just,
so good last year. I did so
but
good
you
right before the
still are.
holidays.
Yeah,
you
but
still
you know what? You
are.
could say I deviated a
still
little
are.
bit, on my path, but it doesn't mean that you were being
Yeah.
bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and
Because
I
you
still,
are.
like you said, I catch myself and I tell myself, like, every day I say, okay, today's a new day. As a matter of fact, this morning I was
Yeah.
talking to God. I told my husband, I go, I was talking to God and I told him, you gave me this body and you tell me if I take care of it, I can have it for a long time. And if I don't, that's on me. It's not on
Mhm.
him. So if I care for my body, then I need to look. It's funny.
Yeah.
My husband, he burns his metabolism. He burns faster. Obviously, he's a man too, right? So after dinner, he always likes to have a little something like a whatever, a little piece
treat.
of chocolate, because I'll buy him like a little piece of dark chocolate or something. So I went to grab a piece and my daughter Lauren goes to me, Mommy, no. And I go, thank you, Lauren. Thank you for helping me. And I put it back in the bag. I said, no, it was just like a little chocolate chip. It wasn't even like anything like a big bar. It was like a little chocolate chip. But I said, no. And she said, no, Mommy, don't do it, because she's really working on it. And my daughter has a disability and my daughter has seizures and she's watching herself. Like she'll do more keto. Like she likes to have like her bread. So she has these keto tortillas. Here she is. She hears me.
Oh,
But yeah, so she's doing really good. And
That's
I'm
great.
so proud. And she goes to sleep like 9:15. She's like, I gotta look, I'm amazed she's still up. Cause she's like, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta rest. Cause she's been reading about things to keep her from having seizures and how to keep herself healthy. And
all in
so
the preventative.
I have to
tell
be good
her,
for
tell
her
her
too.
we're so proud of her. So proud.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
so
Estrella. I wanted to
great.
let you talk.
That's so great, my
Ah,
friend.
yes,
Keep it up.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
want to applaud you. Yes, Estrella,
Yeah, and
that's amazing.
it's because of her that we do the Disney run and that we go walking every day, because
Well,
she's
there
like,
you
all right,
go.
let's go. Let's take the dog. Let's go. And she gets on the
Good.
treadmill. So I'm doing it for her too, because I got to be here for her,
Absolutely. I
but
love
yeah.
that. That's your best accountability partner right there.
Really, she is.
And
She
that's
really-
your why.
Yes, she
Mhm.
is. She really has made a
I
difference.
love that. I
Yeah, that's
love
good.
that.
She's like, you have to
Very
cut it.
good.
You have to cut it. All that sugar.
She loves her mama. She
How
loves her
cute.
mama.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Estrella. So you know what? When we finish the call, you and I, let's stay on a few minutes so that I can help you with what you and I had talked about.
Oh, you want to do it tonight or tomorrow? It's up to you.
Whatever
So
you
I'm
want.
okay.
Whatever you want.
Are you going to be busy tomorrow morning?
No?
Okay, then let's do it in the morning
Okay, perfect.
if you want. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.
Awesome. And yeah, so and drinking tea, now I drink my green tea every day
Mhm.
with my vinegar water and my vital proteins in there.
Girl, you are doing the
You
things,
are doing the things, Estrella.
and you know what you're doing? You're being yourself, and you're being like, it's not about perfection. It's not about knocking it out of the park Monday through Friday. You are doing it. And I think once we really grasp that concept, we are winning.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. But I also
Right?
understand her, what she when her and I talk, because if there's someone that we talk a little bit, especially with these tribe times, about what she struggles with, on a private.
Mhm.
I understand what you mean by that, Estrella. Not that you I do agree that you got to remove the phase that you're being bad, but I do understand how you want to achieve certain things.
And just
You-
I hit myself.
I think you want to be
because-
more consistent.
Yes, that's
And
what-
I get that, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to, shed a little bit of excess weight and things like that to help you with longevity and sustains energy throughout the day. I get that.
Well, I
So-
need to, because I have osteopenia, so I have like close to osteoporosis, and I don't want to take pills on that.
Yeah.
The doctor wants me to take it, but I'm kind of like waiting. And I have, like I said, Hashimoto's. I was supposed to have a thyroid biopsy the other day, but luckily she went in there and says that it went down, the thyroid, that she
Thank
saw
God.
the nodule. But things come up, so
Yeah.
I have to. It's like I need to. It's not because I need to for just myself,
No,
just
I
for
get
the
that.
physical, but for the inside,
I get that. You're doing the things. It's just there's little things that you want to tweak. I get it, to be a little more consistent. Okay, so you and I will chat for sure tomorrow.
I'll be there soon. I'll be there where I want to
Yeah. No, listen, you are here with us. It's just
But I do see all of
evolving.
you looking awesome all the time,
Ah,
so
cute. So cute.
I really see that, and that gives me hope and inspiration.
Absolutely. And you listen, and you do the same for us,
Yeah.
because it's all about doing this together, and we all go through different seasons. And if we didn't have this opportunity to pay it forward, we wouldn't be so accountable, I think, to ourselves.
So I
You know?
thank you. I thank all of you ladies, because
Absolutely. Thank you. So sweet. Gladys, I know that you are working, so you are tired. I'm sure everybody else is, but I want to give you a minute, because I'm sure you probably want to already log off to, get to bed. How are you doing? Because you look phenomenal, my
yes, she
friend.
does. She does.
Thank you,
You are
guys.
killing it in the group. Tell me what's going on with you.
I'm doing really good. I'm being consistent, so I'm really proud of that. I've had to adjust a few things, so I changed my Shakeology from night to the morning because
that.
that helps me with cravings during the day at the office, because there's a lot of little snacks and things that
saw that.
that are naughty. So I'm like,
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
So I made that adjustment. Obviously, I'm waking up earlier to work out. And one thing that I wanted to mention that I do daily is lymphatic face massage. I do that daily. I mean, I've never done a whole lymphatic massage. That sounds amazing. But I do it all throughout my face like this, all to like towards my ears like this, and then I drain it down through my neck, and it's really nice too. You can feel the difference for real.
Gosh, Stacy was aligned with you girls on that for sure today. That's
Yeah.
amazing, Gladys.
Yeah.
Quick
Okay,
question:
so-
when you take your Shakeology, you were taking it at night as your meal?
No, I was taking it at night like a dessert,
Yeah.
and it was so that I wouldn't eat late. But now I'm going to sleep earlier, so much earlier, because I'm waking up at 5 in the morning to
Oh.
work out. So now I go to, so I don't have the cravings that much at night because I'm going to sleep earlier.
And
Right.
you drink it at work, so you don't like before lunch or something, so nobody.
No, I drink it in the morning before I leave to work.
Oh,
Like
And then it really holds me over until lunch. And then
Okay.
at lunch, I have my food that I take. I eat my lunch and I feel satisfied until when I get home.
okay.
Gladys, let me ask you a question. When you get home, are you hungry? Or do you have dinner right away, or do you snack?
I snack. I have a snack usually ready, or I have things like I have chopped up cucumbers that I'll eat with like hummus, or carrots that I'll dip in hummus while I'm like, preparing the kids' dinner and all that stuff right when I get home.
Hey,
So I
we're
do
getting
have a
ready to go to
snack,
bed.
and then I have dinner.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that because I noticed when I'm substituting at the school, if I have my Shakeology for lunch in the classroom, I do notice that when I get home from school, I'm hungry. So having cut up carrots with little like bags of the hummus or like the cucumber already chopped up, so that I don't go for like the comfort food. But if it's all in like cute little Ziploc bags, I'm like, I'll grab my little snack bag and I'll dip it in the hummus. And I do notice that is a big help for me. The other thing I do too, in little snack bags, I put nuts, and I'll do grapes as well, because I can just finger food, eat them, and grapes are sweet. So if I want something salty, I'll do the nuts, and then I'll end it with grapes, which is on the sweeter side. And that for me has been a big help. When I'm craving something crunchy, I'm doing pumpkin seeds. Or you could do the what's the other seed that they're tiny? Not the sesame, there's another one. Which one is it, Stacy? She can't mute. Oh God, what is it? It's the pumpkin seeds, and is it the sesame? No, which one is it?
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
Oh,
That one.
Damn. God.
So whenever I'm craving like chips, or like I want, something crunchy, I am definitely relying on the sunflower and the pumpkin seeds, and it is helping me a lot. Because I do notice that lately I am craving crunchy things. So the other thing that you could also eat is rice cakes, because it gives you that the crunch.
Yeah.
And ants on a log. Remember ants on a log? Celery with a little
Yeah.
slab of peanut butter and
Peanut butter?
raisins.
Yeah, and raisins. That's right. Yeah.
It's a good one
All
too.
good things. All good
Yeah.
things. Awesome. All right. So Gladys, sounds like you're doing great, girlfriend. I am so excited for you, because I love to see you in your new job. You found balance, you found structure, you found a routine. You're killing it in the group, my friend. So proud, really proud of you because you look strong and I know you feel strong. And I've seen you come from such a little enclosed place. So now this beautiful blossom flower that's just like radiating. I love it. I love it. When
Well,
I
I'm
see you
building
with your
myself
date
up.
nights, huh?
I'm building myself up now with getting back into weights, and now I'm gonna, after I do this 4 weeks for everybody, I'm gonna go into a program that has more strength training.
Yeah,
I'm
but you've
building
been doing
myself back
great.
up after the surgery.
Absolutely. After the surgery, you've really just been building yourself. And I love to see that. I love it. You're thriving. And that makes me very happy and proud. So absolutely love that. All right, you girls, it is 9:16. So I want to kind of like end it a little bit early because I know that there's just so much. We had a day off. I know my kiddos are waiting for me to wrap up the day with them, but again, here for you girls. Stacy and I love to help you. You girls give us purpose. You help us stay on our toes. You help us stay accountable as well to the journey because it is about doing it together. We're not meant to do life alone. And this is a safe space where it feels good to do this with other women by our side that are going to help us in the good and in the bad. So I know that when I say that, I'm speaking for Stacy and I. Stacy, you want to close it up with anything else? You're good? All right, ladies, I love you all. Let's stay safe. Let's continue to crush our goals. Estrella, we'll talk in the morning. We can hop on a Zoom call, and that way we can. I wanna ask you a couple questions about your back because I'm having back issues. If you don't mind, I'd love to pick your brain. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, girls.
All right.
Have a beautiful night, and I'll see you
Good night.
girls soon. Bye.
Okay. Good night.
Bye.